Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. Anyone who sits there and says, just be quiet, quit complaining, don't fuss, don't cry, it doesn't mean anything. Well, as long as it's not Nintendo, your voice does indeed matter. Never settle for the nonsensical slop that these studios are trying to push out, or, well, the price tag that they're putting out. Again, unless, of course, you're Nintendo, because they just don't listen. Anyway, a little while ago, what, 3 weeks now? 2 weeks. I think this is 2 weeks. Good. Yeah, I'm a bit late to the show, but hey, let's still talk about it. Outer Worlds was announced. Outer Worlds 2 was announced with the, thanks Nintendo, $80 price tag. Is anybody surprised? And don't talk to me about inflation or what games prices were when the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo came out. That's not what we're discussing. We're talking about video game prices and what is and is not acceptable today, especially considering the garbage that is put out. Just put it out now, we'll fix it later. Day 1 patches, day 2, week 2. Looking at you, Cyberpunk. Anyway, they tried to push Outer Worlds 2 with an $80 price tag, and people had a few things to say. And of course, well, one of the game directors put his foot in his mouth, obviously. Why do game directors do this? Same thing with actors and actresses and studios and directors and everything. They always come out and just cannot help talking about, well, not talking about their game. And that's the problem. They're not talking about their game. They're talking about everything not having to do with their game. I blame the interviewers. Is this the gayest Marvel studio ever? Anyway, he answered the question. He says, I wish everyone could play the game, but for the reasons why the $79.99 price point, you'd have to honestly talk to the Xbox folks, because yes, they don't set the price, right? Which I'm sure is true. I don't think the developer has anything to do with the price tag, but of course, publisher is going to publish. They're going to try to push the envelope as much as humanly possible, and well, people voice their opinion to the point where, lo and behold, what was this? A week? 11 days later, we get a post from the Outer Worlds Twitter account, and I'll keep calling it that. I don't care anymore. Well, they had something to say. Dear galactic citizens, we have received your SOS. They're playing into this, trying to get back on the good graces of potential customers. We've received your SOS via Skip Drone about the pricing, because it was shitting overpriced for whatever you're going to put out. Apparently the first game didn't land very well, and then you're going to set the second one. Even a $70 price tag might be a bit too much on this one, but hey, probably going to be day and date on Game Pass, ladies and gentlemen, because that seems to be Microsoft's modus operandi, their tactic. Get more and more people to subscribe to Game Pass and then just happen to forget to cancel it when there's nothing more interesting for them to play, but I digress. As an organization devoted to making sure that corporations do not go unfettered, bullshit, we at Earth Directorate have worked with Redacted to revise the price of the Outer Worlds 2. While this will not bring peace to the galaxy or even your local colony, we assure you that we are here to fight for all colonies, don't know why my voice is changing there, in every way that we can. From the Office of Director of Earth what the hell? Office of the Director of the Earth Directorate. Okay. So pre-order prices have dropped from $80 to a whopping, still, as far as I'm concerned, overpriced, $70. Don't get me wrong. I played a good bit of the Outer Worlds. I still have it sitting on the shelf for PlayStation, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed what I played, but a lot of people had it wasn't what they expected. It didn't have that, was it Obsidian, right? It didn't have that right feel that people really looked forward to. I might have to go back and play it again. But anyway, let it be known that what some people call whining, bitching, pissing, moaning, and groaning is not that. It's your voice being heard. It's leaving that so-called review bomb or even a review boost. It doesn't matter what direction you put it in. Don't stay silent. Don't accept the slop. Don't follow the meme. Don't ask questions, just consume product and get excited for next product, because every now and then we get a nice little win. And like I said, I do still think $70 might be a little bit overpriced for the sequel. Who knows? It could knock everything out of the park. Could be a fantastical home run. What? Grand slam home run, top of the ninth, ending the game in the World Series. Yes. Nice little, probably screwed up that reference, but anyway. Let me know what you think. Is this something, some sort of tactic we can use in the future? Do you think this is something that could ever possibly work on Nintendo as a corporation? I highly doubt it. But others, hey, others, we can voice our displeasure for a ridiculous price tag, close your wallets, vote with your wallets, wait for those reviews, do not pre-order, and hey, maybe even go down the independent scene. But let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do all those nifty little things that you expect to do, and I do hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.